Watch me on, your thing. Whatever you prefer. I'm gonna go to my fucking... How do I share my account?
It popped up as a message, so I'm trying to get there on my phone. Let me see if I can get it.
Let me see if I can DM it to you. What the hell? Why does it say Prince of Persia 876, bro? I think that was the OG name for the fucking YouTube before I even had to put in an email for YouTube. That's how long ago that was. That is crazy that it still says that. Awesome. Let me know when you're watching some way or some form. No, this game is good for completionists. Duck, you're gonna fucking love it. You're gonna love the system, and you're gonna wish Destiny had this system. Like James, like when they started playing it, they didn't understand it at first. Now they understand it. They're like, "This is a really good system." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Are you watching? You got the DM to the YouTube?
It's loading.
All
Duck's
right.
tutorial.
Yeah, you like that, bro? Didn't know what to name it. It was like Cody underscore 0876's Ghost of Tsushima live stream. I'm like, bro, I don't want to use that. That sounds whack. Anyways, let me know when you're in. Fast forward it all the way to like the most recent as you can get. Let me know what the lag is, I guess. Oh, I have somebody watching. Who is that? Is that you, Duck? Alright, I don't know. Let me know if you see if it's white or red.
It's red.
Oh, okay, because I'm on Legends. Oh, that music. Da-da. Did you hear the music shift when I switched? That's a very, like, unique mixing thing. You'll hear it.
Yeah, and now it's white in the background.
It's a very good mixing thing. So the single player is very realistic and not mythical, and the multiplayer is completely mythical. Um, but yeah, these are your daily challenges. The there's no what's it called, microtransactions in the game. Period. You have 3 materials in the top right. Essence, I have 12,000 essence. I have 46 honor and 167 blessings. Blessings are pretty hard to come by, but you chew through honor, then you do more blessings, and essence is just infinite. Like, it's like fucking glimmer.
No, knowing me, I don't spend shit unless I really need to spend it. I hoard everything.
You actually have to spend in this game. It's like a push and pull. Blessings come
Well,
through
when
only
I get to the
daily
point I need to
uh-huh.
spend, I'll start spending. But like, I will literally just start collecting materials and like not spend it unless I have to.
Uh, so these are the classes. You got the samurai. It's pretty tanky. A very head forward kind of class. You got the hunter, most like almost all range, and then Ronin is very unique in the sense that his one-on-one is broke as fuck, similar to the samurai, but he also has as decent ad control as the hunter does. Uh, he's pretty unique. You can consider him a support, but that's like calling a I don't know. It's like calling a
I
Titan
don't
the
know.
support class, if that makes sense.
They're more versatile than the other classes while still being good at both things.
They're good at like almost anything. Ronins are amazing.
They're a good all around class.
Yeah. Assassins are single target DPS, pretty much, that require setup. They're like single target setup DPS, but without a super, they can kill Samurai can probably kill something big the quickest in the game, but it would take their super to do so. Assassin is not super reliant to kill big things. And
Are assassins like Skyrim where you get like bonus sneak damage, like getting
yeah,
like behind
like that kind of shit, yeah.
Okay.
So there's a couple of things that we need to just like say to begin with, is that the gear. The gear is universal across characters. So let's say I got my assassin to 110. All of this gear that was leveled here could be transferred over to my other characters. My hunter, I only played like 2 levels with. Look at her level. The max is 110. She's 108 key. It's called key in this game. It's basically the exact same thing, power. But there's also character level like D1. So we'll go look at the samurai. Okay, so what's the rank for? 20 is really the max just for perks. See, my assassin's 42. It doesn't do anything. 20 is the max. These are your skills. So this is the samurai super. Just like that. That's it. And then you have your 2 class abilities. This would be basically equivalent to your barricade. See how he's draining the health out of that enemy right there?
Mm-hmm.
It also heals the samurai simultaneously while draining the ad. It's very good for tanking through stuff. Or your other choice is something called an explosive blade. This one, when you attack it, it staggers any enemy when you hit them, except like the highest tier of Oni, while also AoE staggering enemies near you. This is a pretty bad picture. It doesn't show it. I always made fun of this. I thought it was garbage. I was wrong. It's completely broken as fuck because it staggers everything around you. You can charge through 10 enemies like nothing with this. It's disgusting. Then they have their first passive perk. They can increase their base health by 25. The nominal value is 100 base, so this is a 25% boost in health. It's pretty substantial. So like the health that he goes to right here in this clip, he would die if he didn't have this perk. He would have been downed. That's basically what 25 health looks like. The next one is a pretty substantial perk. It increases melee damage by 10%. That's up to you if you like it or not. I like the next perk, which is decrease all your class ability cooldown, which for me is my explosive blade. I'm very explosive blade reliant. It's really good. Then you can only pick one of those 3 from the first row. Then the second one
from each row, right?
Yeah, it's 1 from each row. Correct. So this one you can just hold block and you'll auto parry arrows, including arrows from Oni archers. Oni archers are teleporting assholes that can pretty much wipe teams. Samurais are notorious.
Complaining about Onis all the time.
Yeah. Samurais are pretty, like, amazing at being anti-Oni. Samurais and assassins are easily the best anti-Onis in the game, with Ronin being amazing at anti-Oni because they carry basically 12 bombs that stagger an Oni for about a 0.7 or 0.8 of a second, but they can chain stagger, but they need somebody else to keep cutting them down while they're doing that. Like, it's great that they can imagine staggering a champion for 10 seconds straight, but you're not doing any damage. You need somebody with you to. That's the issue with Ronin.
So one person's stun locking and the other person's doing DPS.
Yeah, that's what the Ronin and somebody can do together. Assassins don't need anybody. Assassins can kill them straight up. Samurais can just pop super and just fucking destroy them. But yeah, yeah, they have the. Anyways, back to the skills. They have the arrow block, as you can see here. The next thing is really good. Cole likes this skill a lot. This increases your parry or your dodge window when your health gets lower. Your parry window and your dodge window is actually a stat you can increase by percentage, and this boosts it as well. I don't know the percentage of this, I'm pretty sure it's the highest boost that you can get, which stacks with anything else that you boost it with. Also, I don't know if you see that on the screen. Do you see those little yellow dots above the health bar?
Yes.
That is basically like your ability energy, not the class ability, not the explosive blade. That's separate. That's basically you need to fill that up by either getting attacked, attacking, getting kills, like whatever you're doing has to be on an enemy. You fill them up by doing that. And then once you get
Like
those three
so, like this pairing, like charge that
pairing,
up.
yeah, pairing charges it up. And we do something called farming, resolve farming, which we leave the ad alive and just keep pairing it over and over again to get in like full resolve. Samurais are pretty infamous for doing that. Think about it, you're doing survival with 25 waves. If every time you leave an ad left over, you get a super at the start of every wave. Samurais are very notorious for farming resolve.
Yeah. This all makes a lot of sense because I've listened to you guys talk about this. So like, this is all this. I don't know. This is very easy to understand for me, at least.
Yeah, and you see, you could see the difference between dodging and parrying, right? Like in the little clip. I'm leaving the clip playing on purpose. This one increases maximum resolve by 1. So if you're banking super and waiting for a good time to use it, because super costs 3, you have 4 resolve though, so when you use your super, you have 1 left over, so you're already built up for the next one, you know what I mean? Do you see how he has 4 resolve instead now? This one gives you a new ability called Heavenly Strike. This is something that nobody really here in the clan understands the value of except nurses. Because we know the mechanics of it. It's not really explained in the multiplayer at all. And I never really gave a proper explanation to Cole. Honestly, I should, because this is...
I don't know. Anything that's unblockable is a little...
it's guaranteed, yeah. Nobody, even purple Onis, it staggers purple Onis. But it has a hidden feature to it. It does almost double damage if the enemy is already staggered. So if you notice the enemies have a red bar above them, they also have a white bar that's not being shown in these videos for whatever reason. I'll show you like after this. I'll load up like a quick level. But when they have the white bar run out, they become staggered. So what you do is to a purple Oni, right? Say you have 2 resolve or even 3 resolve. Instead of popping your super for the purple Oni, what you do is you hit him with 1 heavenly strike, spam heavies, hit him with another heavenly strike, then spam heavies, and then hit him with another heavenly strike when he's staggered, and that will kill him. While also, because in that way, when you're hitting him with, say you're using your 1 heavenly strike and you're spamming your heavies, that's refilling your 3rd resolve as you're doing damage.
I was saying, with that other perk, you get what, 4 heavenly strikes, maybe more if you recharge it.
Yeah. But like in between those heavenly strikes, when you stagger the Oni and you're hitting him, you're already building stuff back up. It's more cost efficient. But heavenly strike takes a brain to use. It's not like you just pop super and insta kill. That's the difference. Higher skill cap. But
you have to know when to use it.
Yeah. Don't use it on this. If I ever see you heavenly strike, this is the weakest ad in the game. This bandit with a sword. If I ever see you do that, bro, I'm fucking ban you. This is where the other perks become really broken. This. Your super gets an extra strike. It's 5 hits.
Let me guess, it does more damage.
Yeah.
Than anything else, like per hit.
Yeah. Pretty much. You can kill a purple Oni with 4 slashes. So you have an extra 1 left over. But now this is the question. Do you want to build resolve gain and super spam? Is that your playstyle? Or do you want to build stagger damage and damage against staggered enemies and build the heavenly strike style? Those are your 2 choices. And then this other perk is pretty god tier. You can equip 2 exotics. Or 2 legendaries. They're called legendaries in this game, but for the sake of simplicity, I will refer to them as exotics.
They're the top tier gear, got it.
Exactly. They're the oranges or yellows, whatever. And so to explain things like a bit simpler, there are class-specific gear that only certain classes can use. For example, everybody here can use the short bow. Only hunters can use longbows. Only Ronins can use bomb pouches as their ranged weapon. And only assassins can use blow darts as their ranged weapon. Samurais get nothing unique for ranged weapon. But every class, I don't know if you've noticed how my charm says Samurai Charm, Assassin Charm, Ronin Charm. I don't have the Hunter one, but the reason why is basically this. The charms that drop that are class specific, you can only obtain while playing that class. So, before I explain any of this, this is just like the quick two things that will make sense. These two, I don't know if you could read it, Blessed Strikes and Rising Tempo. I set it up so you can read both of them. These are perks that only the samurai can get on their necklace, their charm. If either of these two sound interesting to you. But I can tell you that Blessed Strikes and Rising Tempo are broken. I'm not good enough for Rising Tempo. Rising Tempo has no limit.
Blessed Strikes sound helpful to just about anybody. Rising Tempo sounds like there's a high skills cap, but like if you know how to do it right, like you're unstoppable.
Yeah. There's no cap on it for Rising Tempo, by the way. It's fucking crack.
So you could be low and then just go God mode and get all your health back.
Yeah, Blessed Strikes, yeah. Rising Tempo is the success of kills without taking damage, increases your damage. Yeah, Blessed Strikes is cracked. I can tank through Purple Onis. And there's some times that the weekly rotating story mission on Nightmare difficulty, we call it the Nightmare mission, there's a modifier that has us share our damage. So like if you take damage, I take damage. If I take damage, you take damage. Your partner can't get down from it though. That's like the gimmick. If I'm getting hit, Nurses won't be able to get down from how he will be stuck at 1 health, but he won't get downed. So it's really fucking funny. I'm playing Samurai, right? And I pop my explosive blade and I go and start tanking. And fucking Rems is like, he's like at 1 health and he keeps getting hit and he's like hiding behind cover and his health bar keeps fucking flashing, but he can't get killed. Meanwhile, I'm already back at full health. I'm just tanking through everything. But yeah. So the Samurai Charm has really nice perks on it, but it's up to you if that's worth it, because look at all these other... So before I go into that stuff, swords, there are 4 stances, okay? There is stone stance. So swords only can spawn with 1 stance. So there's stone stance, which is good against sword enemies. They do extra stagger against swords. Wind, extra stagger against spears. Water, extra stagger against shields. And then moon, which is good against brutes, which are like the fatty enemies. They're fat. They're like big, you know, those typical like kind of fucking enemies, like the fat ones. So those are the 4 stances. Every stance has an exotic katana. I obviously only have one of them, the Stone Striker. But look at the fucking Stone Striker's intrinsic perk at the top. Built-in free Heavenly Strike. That means any class in the game can use this katana and get a Heavenly Strike as as a perk. So I'm actually a Heavenly Strike Samurai. And this is the upgraded one, which is if you use it against a staggered enemy, it does AoE damage. Or it does an AoE force back because of how fast you move. It's actually a different animation. You move so fast, it does a pushback on the enemies near you. So this is the stone exotic katana. Fucking, there's 1 extra exotic katana. There's a 5th. And that one's intrinsic perk is nothing special. It just allows you to use all stances. It's called the Master Katana. Fucking James got it. And he's an assassin main. And James, I think, has the water one. I think Nurses has the moon exotic one. The katanas are rare as dick. This one I got at power 37. I just infused it to victory. But anyways, so the thing about the weapons, there's two properties. You see these percentages? These percentage things?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you have melee damage boost, how much resolve you gain off melee, your perfect parry window. This is pretty great on a samurai. And then the amount of counterattacks, how much counterattack damage you do. So I don't know if you've noticed, but you notice that I got, the range is supposed to be 10 to 20%, but I got it 20%. Exotics or legendaries or whatever, they're guaranteed to always have the highest for their perks. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that's where the value of that perk comes in. You know that one perk where it says you can equip 2 legendaries? So on my assassin, right, I have an exotic smoke bomb and an exotic blow dart. Both of them have a 25% stealth attack boost. And then, the second property on this one turns into some really nice stuff. Look at this. 20% damage against staggered enemies, right? And the Heavenly Strike Katana, which you want to use against staggered enemies, would boost this damage by another 20%. Or you could boost your ultimate by 20% more damage. Or your class ability by 12%. So this is where you start fixing how you want to do stuff. And then there's perks for the swords. So swords can get one perk. You can have another stance on it.
So you get to choose 2 perks to equip on it?
No. So when you get the sword, it is rolled this way, right? And you can reroll one thing, like say I don't like this counter damage. I want melee damage. I can reroll that first property. These are called properties. This is a perk. I can reroll this property, but once I reroll this property, the only property I can keep rerolling is this one. I can only keep rerolling this one property. But so pretty much what you want to go for, you want to get something that has a nice 2 out of 3. You like this one, you like this one, you don't like this one. So you reroll this until this perfect. If 2 out of 3 you don't like, you can reroll the whole item to reset everything. It'll increase the power level, reroll the 2 properties and the perk. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you want to get a good 2 out of 3 and then reroll the third thing that you don't like. I got pretty lucky here, but yeah, what's up? Questions first. Yeah.
Can you keep reforging and then until you get 2 out of 3 and then reroll the property?
Yeah. You want to reforge until you get a good 2 out of 3 things, and then reroll that thing to victory. But you want to wait till you're 105 power, because until you hit, so when you hit 105, anything that you reforge will instantly be boosted to 105. If you're 105 across the board. So I had this at level 37 Stone Striker. Once my character hit 105, I reforged it, went from 37 to 105. And then once you get a 110 item, every time you reforge a 105, it'll go to 105 to 106, 106 to 107, 107 to 108, 108 to 109, 109 to 110. So theoretically, you only have to reforge something a minimum of, 5 times, a 105 to a 110. Then from there, it's just a matter of RNG and getting good rolls. But it is a bit controlled. I don't know if you've noticed. Like, it's in your hands. But yeah. I'm probably going to go for stagger damage here, and then I'll be happy with it. Because this is a pretty good 2 out of 3. I wish these two were switched around, but it's not in the pool for the first property and the second property, but yeah. For your reference, swords can get something called Burning Blade. It's like a 15% chance for attacks to have fire. 15% chance that swords have poison. Poison doesn't do health damage. It does dot damage to their stagger bar. Way of the Flame is an activatable sword buff that turns it on fire and goes through block. Intimidating Encounter has a 50% chance when you do counterattacks. You AoE damage and make enemies be afraid of you. You could also make it have 2 stances on it, or you could further enhance the 1 stance it comes with. This one increases speed and damage of heavy attacks, because it's a stone sword. That's pretty much it for swords. But the majority of weapons kind of work the same thing. See? 2 properties, outcomes. But if you notice now, because this is not an exotic, see, it's not the maximum range. I got pretty lucky on the shit that it came with. See, max headshot damage and almost max velocity. But it's not really like the best of the best bow you could ever get, but it's good enough. Helmet piercing, you know, fucking 23% velocity and 10% headshot damage. Like, what more do you want on a short bow? Interestingly enough, the things like a blow dart that is supposed to be assassin specific can roll with a perk that allows Ronins to use it. So you can come up with some nifty builds. The longbow has a perk that allows any class to use it. Doesn't allow it to use, you know, like, you know, bleeding arrows or headshot refunding arrows or piercing arrows. But it allows the samurai to use a longbow, which makes his range a lot better than just a dinky half bow. For some reason, if you really want, on the bomb pouch, you could give that to the assassin. But all you need to know about samurai is just melee and kill shit.
So there's a bunch of class-specific items that have a... Is it a perk or a property that they roll with that you could put them on another class?
This is a perk at the bottom.
It's a perk, okay.
Yeah, the bottom things are perks. Versatile. To be quite honest, I don't know what the point of using the blow dart on a Ronin would be. And I don't know what the point of using bomb pouches on an assassin would be. I don't see any feasibility to that.
And you're sacrificing one of those perks on it.
Yeah, it makes it less ineffective. You're putting a more ineffective item on a class that uses it ineffectively. The only thing I could see worth doing is putting a longbow on, having a longbow for your hunter, and having another longbow for your samurai. That makes sense to me, because the samurai's range game is pretty weak. Having a longbow would be like, at least you could guaranteed kill off an ad as a horde comes towards you. That's the only thing I could think of. But
so overall, it's fun for casual play, but rather ineffective in high-end stuff, except for very specific circumstances.
Very, very specific builds. Like, I have kind of, like, entertained the idea of using the blow dart on Ronin. That's the only one that I think is, like, might have something. Because, okay, well, I mean, before I get into that, because Ronin is pretty odd. Everybody thinks you're going to be a samurai or a Ronin main, so those are the 2 I wanted to go over anyways. But the charms, there are general charms in this game. This is a melee charm, meaning that its properties it can roll with are usually melee oriented. So if you notice, you know, you could further boost melee damage and melee related stuff. And then you have, you know, more melee related stuff. Except this, which is interesting. I'm sure you could already think of something to do with this. Because you notice the thing on the sword, percentage of burn attacks, or activatable Way of the Flame, which turns your sword on fire. This counts. Fire damage, all sources of fire damage. So melee damage and fire damage with a burning sword, that's a 24% damage of melee when your sword's on fire, right? Then look at this. That's going to be a 49% increase in damage with fire. So you could already think of a couple different builds, I'm sure. I know when you get into this, you're just going to want to think of all the builds. Here's the thing, when you first get a charm, green charms can only, let's say, green charms can only get, like, one perk, and it can only be these first two. Blue charms can get all the first perks, but I think only like half the second ones. Purple charms can get all of them. That's the thing. So
and I take it the first half of the game is just going to be getting stuff,
getting one of each purple
stuff, delete it.
Yeah, getting one of each purple. That's what you want to do. Keep one of each thing, and keep going till you get one of each purple. Then what you want to do, you want to keep re-rolling shit, because all of this stuff is question marks until you get that, until you get like this melee charm. Until you get a melee charm, and you see one of these on there, this will always be a question mark. You won't know that as an option. You won't know any of these as an option until you get all of these one at a time. You won't know any of these until you see each one, like yourself in person, in game.
Okay.
So
now, is re-rolling and reforging expensive, or
reforging is expensive and re-rolling is expensive, but re-rolling your perk is fucking cheap. Re-rolling properties and reforging is expensive because it takes honor. It chews through your honor. Honor is that one with the guy that's like looks like he's like putting his hands above his head. Essence is like the fire. Blessing is like that little house. Blessing is not that hard to come by, especially if you do your daily missions. Honor is pretty hard to come by. But yeah, I mean, and then here, these are the rest of the perks on the charm, pretty much. When you're out of combat, instead of regenerating up to 25, you generate up to 50% max health. Also while in combat. This one gives you healing parries. And you also get more resolve from perfect parrying. Just nobody but Samurai use this. For obvious reasons. You get a further health increase. You can get another resolve. This perk is pretty amazing for Samurai. You can no longer get interrupted by melee attacks and can attack through receiving damage. It's literally super armor. But it's pretty dangerous because if there's an enemy that does like a multi-hit attack that would typically knock you down on one, like say an enemy's doing a spin that hits 3 times. One hit always knocks you down, but a Samurai with this, if they don't back off after taking one hit, they're going to get hit by all 3. They're going to die. Because it's designed around you getting hit once. So there's kind of like a new thing you got to learn with this perk. It's not just for free. And this perk is anytime you knock an enemy on their ass, instead of you just swinging at them as they get up, you could actually put your sword in them and rip through them like an interactable thing. No matter how you knock the enemy down. But that's the melee charm. There's a range charm that's more so built around, you know, like bow stuff, like draw speed, resolve gain, range damage, you know, all that stuff. You know, one cool idea you could do for a Samurai, put range resolve gain, put resolve gain, you know, and then just use your bow as a way to build up for your super with resolve increase. You know what I mean? Like, that's one idea as a Samurai can do. Utility charm has, you know, kind of like unique stuff. It's a very like basic charm, but it has like really good shit on it. Like really, really good shit. Look at this, 20% ultimate damage, 10% Oni damage. That's a 30% damage to Oni with your super, and then put fucking super armor on that. Utility charms have very limited pools, but they tend to be like the good shit that you can mix and match. Defense charms or defense charms, they actually have really unique perks. Percentage damage reduction is always a good thing a player can get if they want it. Which stacks. There is something else you can get that has damage reduction. You could get a 20% damage reduction in general. This gives you resolve for when you get damaged. And this one increases your health you keep after you get revived. And then, you know, the same 3 defensive things, and then all of the stuff from the utility. and the same perks across the board. You got a stealth charm. Yeah, you're not wearing this as samurai. If I see you wear this shit, you know, yeah. Stealth charms are kind of good though for fire builds because they're the only ones with status effect on them. So you can put status effect damage 18%, fire damage 12%, fire master. See how a samurai can make use of a stealth charm?
Mm-hmm.
So there's kind of like some sense to it, you know, but there's damage increase for ghost weapons, cooldown of ghost weapons. Any kill reduces the cooldown of ghost weapons. What are ghost weapons? They are basically these item-based abilities you have on a cooldown. They're basically like a grenade in Destiny. So you have the first slot and the second slot. What does the first slot have? Well, the first slot has 3 things: a kunai, a dirt throw, and a sticky bomb. The kunai is kind of like a staggering tool that works even on big Oni. So samurai honestly really use all 3 of these ghost weapons. It's really up to player choice. Kunai is more like flexible. Sticky bomb sticks to one single target. It's good for like big enemies for you to focus on that one single target. Dirt throw is more utility based because of what it can do. This is more damage based, and this is more like stagger bar damage. So, you know, cutting down health, cutting down their stagger bar, or doing something else to them. So the kunai, you know, you have your perks on them, like the damage increase, the cooldown reduction, you know, whatever you want. You can make them be fire kunai. Percent chance to instantly reset. Extra heavy kunai, that instead of 3 kunai, you throw 2. Knocks back the enemies. Or this makes it like a more ad heavy oriented one. You throw 5 fucking kunai at once. I never see no samurai with 5 kunais though. I only seen samurai with either supermassive or fire. Because samurai love fire builds. Because it's like, imagine you're running Heavenly Strike, like my build, while also burning the ad at the same time. It might save you a Heavenly Strike. So fire builds are pretty solid on samurai. Sticky bombs themselves do a shit ton of single target damage. You could also make them light the enemy on fire, or increase the blast radius by 50%, and get a property that increases the blast radius, or the damage. And the burn damage that comes out of ghost weapons is affected by this as well, if you're into fire builds. I don't know, fucking... It seems every samurai I play this game with immediately wants to make a fucking fire build. So that's why I keep bringing that up. The dirt throw, minimal damage, but what can it do? Light them on fire, reset cooldown, or this. This is something called weaken. It's different than tethering or divinitying in D2. You know, in D2, you know, the debuffs make them take 30% more damage. In this game, when you weaken an enemy, it temporarily reduces their max health by 25% and decrease the damage they do by 25%. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So imagine there's a purple Oni and you throw the dirt at him. If you get this perk, instantly it technically cuts out 25% of his health and reduces his damage. If you know when to use this, this obviously is better, because the Onis that do AoE damage, this helps them out more. The whole team more. And, you know, like, you're gonna kill them easier. Because this, like, imagine just throwing fucking dirt, just 25% of it. I wish that we could do that in Glassway. But it's temporary. Meaning, you don't kill them in that time, they get that health back that you locked behind. They don't get the health back that you actually cut away off of them with your sword or whatever, but the health that you lock away when you weaken them, they will gain that back if you don't kill them with that in that time. Those are the 3 ghost weapons for ghost weapon 1 slot. The 3 here, are really fucking broken. You have the healing gourd, which is, you know, just a quick instant heal. What the perks can roll on it are kind of fucking cracked. You could get another 10% damage reduction with it. You know, or you could get resolve gain from taking damage. There's little ammo refills that are called ghost offerings. This increases how much healing you get off of them. They give a base of like 25. You can get double healing off a fucking ammo refill. And then cooldown. But, you know, you have sudden resolve, which is really good on a gourd. So if you don't have any resolve, drinking your gourd will instantly give you a full first resolve. You can increase the healing by 50%, or percent chance to instantly reset cooldown when you use it. I don't typically like lucky. Period. Tends to fuck me over. Because if you rely on 15%, then, like, what's the point in your build? In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Caltrops are an interesting zoning tool that is honestly really popular on Samurai. It's either Gourd or Caltrops. Caltrops are fucking great. So, Caltrops are basically you put them on the floor. They do some okay damage, but they do stagger damage, like, over time. And you imagine, you know, Purple Oni's coming at you, you throw Caltrops on the floor, and it's trying to cut you up, and it just gets staggered for free, and you could just keep fucking sorting him with heavies. His bar's resetting, you're still hitting him, he got staggered again. You could chain stagger people in Caltrops easily. And you know, look at this, and the properties that can roll on Caltrops boost things like your melee stagger damage. See how, like, synergistic it would work? If you're going for a stagger build, you would naturally want Caltrops because they help you stagger, but it enhances your melee stagger as well. You have cooldown reduction, and cooldown reduction is based on kills and durations from status effects and stuns from abilities and stuff like that. But, like, it's all very synergistic. The perks are interesting. You could have fire Caltrops. This thing chews through enemies' health. You got lucky, and you got deep bags, which increases the radius and number of Caltrops. Instead of like 8 in the ground in like a medium-sized circle, turned into like 15 on the ground and around a semi-large circle. And then you have the smoke bomb, which is the most broken piece of shit. If I could, I'd run 2 smoke bombs in every class. The only person I don't run it with is Samurai. But smoke bombs are cracked. Because when you drop a smoke bomb, any enemy within that vicinity becomes totally retarded. And just acts like you're purely invisible. And you could chain critical strike purple Onis. Like, you could have 4 people, 1 person drops a smoke bomb, everybody can like 3 crit strikes on the fucking purple Onis. Assassins rely on smoke bombs heavily. But they can get really nice boosts on it, like stealth bonus in general. And then stealth attack damage in general. It has a unique thing that can help out everybody, which is called munitions. It can, when you drop a smoke, you can just give everybody ammo, like on the floor for them to pick up. It's the only thing I run lucky with because of how amazing it is when this one gets reset. Because imagine I'm killing a purple Oni with my smoke bomb as an assassin, then boom, I get it back again. I can go in again and get another purple Oni while everybody else is focusing other stuff. This one gives you your first resolve when you use it. And this one is dog shit. This one is like memed on so bad. It's like using... I don't even know what's an example in fucking D2. It's like saying you should probably run, you know, fucking, what do you call it? Skyburner's Oath for Leviathan. That's like the brain logic there. Oh, you use the smoke bomb for safety, so you want to knock every enemy out of the smoke bomb. Then what's the point of the smoke bomb? You can't even, like, abuse it. This one knocks enemies flying out of your smoke bomb. If that makes sense. And you don't want that. This is a no-no. It's disgusting. But yeah. I do have some of the exotics. And, like, the exotics are pretty easy to explain. So this smoke bomb heals people in the smoke bomb while doing everything else that it does. This healing gourd is an AoE heal, not just you. This sticky bomb heals allies that are even yourself in the explosion instead of doing self damage. So you throw this, like imagine this, right, as a samurai. You can throw the bomb at an Oni and just melee attack him while he's gonna blow up. And it's gonna heal you when he blows up instead of doing damage to you. It's an excellent charging tool. And then, you know, I have some of the exotic charms. This one makes you immune to all flash and poison effects. This one gives you 15% chance to ignore arrow damage. This is the worst fucking charm in the game. Like, what is that? It'd be nice if this charm was like, gives, you know, arrow blocking to every class or whatever, but this is dog shit. Like, why would you run this if you could just dodge roll? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got this one, which is, I don't know, 15% bonus damage when at full health, but this is across the board. So it's good for hunters, but that's all I could think of. Like, I don't know if it's too great or not, but it is decent for hunters. You know, you got hunter. I don't think this is your jib. I'm probably gonna skip this. Do you really want to see this class? I don't think this is you. Like, I don't know. Are you an archer kind of guy?
I don't know. I like playing more of a stealth class than an archer class, but that's a little bit. Honestly, I'm probably gonna go samurai.
So here, I'll give you the run of the mill. Samurai, full frontal assault. Assassin, zero assault, full stealth. Ronin, half full frontal assault, and you know, half like stagger and ad control. This one, half ad control, half stealth.
I don't know. Whatever I do, I like to go all the way, so I'm either full frontal assault or full stealth. Although Ronin kind of sounds fun because you can kind of just go with the flow.
Yeah, so the one thing I gotta mention about Ronin is that the most important thing, he has bomb pouches instead available to him. The exotic one, for reference, makes your bombs heal allies in the explosion of your bombs. It doesn't do any self damage or team damage. It just adds a heal to it. But pretty much, bomb packs are fucking broken as dick. And I didn't know in 1400 or whatever the fuck this game takes place in Japan, people could throw 12 grenades within 2 seconds. It's really hilarious when you see a Ronin walk up to, like, you know, 10 enemies and just fucking like throw out grenades like nothing. And bomb pouches increase your melee stagger damage if you want, which is fucking hilarious. Ronins have the most stagger damage boost in the game, because it is the only ranged weapon that can boost your melee stagger damage. That can boost melee stagger damage. This can boost melee stagger damage. This can boost melee stagger damage. This can boost melee stagger damage. And then look at this shit. Where is it? Look at that. Like, I don't know who balanced this, but Ronins can chain stagger alone. It's ridiculous. Ronin's one-on-one potential is so cracked, but you need the right stuff. But anyways, down to the abilities, because I'm sure you're interested in what they have. Their ultimate is a map wide. It is not proximity. It is a map wide team res. The only person you can't res is yourself. The class ability summons a spirit animal that the enemies can target or get stunned by your dog. They also do damage to the what do you call it? The enemies as well. They're not just there for stagger. It's pretty useful. It helps you out with your one-on-ones a lot. And it helps you when you're at a disadvantage as well. It gives you that upper hand. But the cooldown is kind of steep. This one is a healing rift. That's literally all it is. It even looks the same. Kind of. But it helps you out. It helps you out even in the one-on-one in the sense that it gives you a point to center yourself around rather than infinitely backpedal. Which helps you in this game. You don't want to infinitely backpedal against ads. It's a bad habit to do that. But also this gives you a heal while you're fighting. This one is kind of ridiculous. This increases damage from all ghost weapons by 50%. Including Ghost Weapon 1 and Ghost Weapon 2. Like all that shit I told you about those 2 slots. The kunai, the dirt throw, the caltrops, the sticky bomb, all that shit. 50% bonus damage. Also, the bomb pouch, the range weapon, is the only range weapon in the game that counts as a ghost weapon. So this boosts that thing's damage by 50%. It's pretty much sacrilege to run anything besides this one. Honestly, I don't know why I'm not running it. This one is interesting. This one gives you a new ghost ability that AoE weakens all the enemies, but it costs 1 resolve. See that? How it weakens their health bars, and now their health bars look kind of like cracked.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you can do or get. This increases your class ability cooldowns or decreases it by 15%. Nah. I mean, I don't know, man. You want for the 50% bonus damage or... I mean, I don't know. It's up to you. This one is disgusting. Increases all stagger damage by 15%. And that's pretty obvious. This one is a resolve increase. This one is interesting, but this is only for you. This one increases all the healing you receive and all the health regen you have by 50%. This is an amazing perk to run when you're with other Ronins. This is that kind of perk. But if you're not running that kind of stuff or that kind of team with like, you know, a healing smoke bomb or a healing gourd or, you know, like, then what's the point? Like this Ronin specifically has the Dogon, kunai, and a healing gourd. The only thing he's boosting is his gourd every 90 seconds when he drinks it. It's not that good. Gotta have a specific setup. But this would increase your healing with Leeching Parry if you're going for a parry build with Ronin. Or if you're healing yourselves with the exotic bomb pouch. So, that's up for you to decide. This one, I mean, you can kind of read it and understand it, but, you know, specifically is like the healing over time it gives everybody, including you, for 8 seconds. It's not capped. It's not like it stops when you hit max health. It keeps on going until 8 seconds ends. This one's interesting, where it now ignites all enemies near every player, including you. Which gives synergy to the idea of a fire build for Ronin. And then they got double exotic. Every class has this perk. But the most interesting shit about Ronin is their class charm abilities. See, I don't have all these perks, but I know what they are. It's like Healing Incense Radius, Healing Incense Amount, which is that Healing Rift. Then this one is the same 2 things, and then Spirit Animal Duration. But pretty much the perks that they have, if you choose that dog, instead of a dog every 65 seconds, you could summon a fucking bear. And the bears in this game are like waist high. They are huge. Honestly, they're probably about like nipple high. They can grab any enemy in the game, no matter how big they are, including purple Onis, the highest tier, and grab them around like a ragdoll and throw them. which basically is a 5-second stagger. It's disgusting. Healing Spirit makes your dog also have a healing aura, so you basically get 2 in 1. But in exchange, you're gonna have to kind of chase your heal. So Spirit Bear. That's all you gotta know. And that is the Ronin. Oh, fuck, bro. My throat is dying. You're drinking a lot, though. Man, I wish I had a drink.
That's water.
Do you want to see some gameplay, or you good?
Nah, I think I'm gonna go to bed and or when I start playing.
Yeah. Alright.
Because honestly, I gotta do things to figure stuff out, so.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, honestly, you do have to play it to figure it out. I didn't explain a whole bunch of other stuff, and when we get in game, we gotta talk about it. But, for reference, is how the game works. There are 9 story missions. There are 4 survival maps. There are 3 elective difficulties for all of this stuff that you can choose. And then this is the raid up here. Part 1, 2, and Part 3. I think each one is about 2 to 3 encounters, basically. And then this is the weekly rotating nightmare mission and the weekly rotating survival map. If you get a guaranteed max level item that's purple, do you see that? Or it could be an exotic, if you're lucky. But it's a guaranteed 110. It is once a week. I think the reset is on Friday? I think that time is for Friday. If my math is correct in my head.
Now, how high can I get just doing game like general stuff without doing like weekly rewards?
You can get to what do you call it? Let me see. You can get max level off gold story missions.
Okay.
So see, if you notice here, you have to be a minimum. Do you see how it says minimum for the key right there? Minimum 75. You cannot start this activity unless you're 75. People cannot even start it for you. You have to be 75 key. This one you have to be 25 key. This one is the base. This one, the maximum gear that you can get is up to 35 key for bronze difficulty. I would recommend playing through it all on bronze, and then all on silver, then all on gold. Because you see, you get the completion mark. If you fucking skip around, it looks stupid like this. That, you know, my OCD kind of sucks, and you're a completionist, so. But, see, you can get your max gear up to 105 with gold. And you can then reforge it to get it up to 106. Reforge it again to get it up to 107, 108, 109, 110. But the good thing about Nightmare is that the item is guaranteed to be 110, and then everything else is around like 105. But Nightmare has a minimum of 90. I mean, yeah. It's not that bad, honestly, once you get used to it and into it. But, I mean, you want to see what a Nightmare looks like, bro? I'll solo a Nightmare. I mean, I'll attempt it as my samurai. It'd be funny.
It's not a big deal.
Bro, here, bro, I got you. It's gonna go awful. But Samurai is a really good solo class. It's a phenomenal solo class. Assassin is a phenomenal solo class. Ronin is a phenomenal solo class. And then Samurai is. The only bad solo class is Hunter. because she's very map dependent and ad dependent.
Now, for endgame stuff, do you guys need another samurai, another Ronin? Like,
I am a flex to match any team. So, this is one mechanic in the game. These enemies are tethered. Meaning, if I don't kill them within some same amount of time, though, this one will res that one automatically, or that one will res this one. Obviously this isn't that bad with a teammate, but sometimes you have to deal with it solo, because you might be fighting like 20 ads at once. Also, grass reduces visibility. Let me see if I can... No. Oh, that's awful. That was Heavenly Strike, by the way. Jesus Christ. That was kind of scary. I was too busy fucking focusing. I don't know if you noticed me doing any of the stuff we talked about, or you thought it was just random mashing. Oh, it's a fun mechanic. I don't know if you see that. Here, do you see that lantern right there?
Yeah.
Ghost enemy. That is a mechanic they wait a long time to introduce to you. Do not worry, they will not throw that shit at you early. Oh, you fucking bitch. This is a mechanic when there's a hostage that the ads are just constantly trying to kill them. Ouch. Jesus Christ.
Thank you so much. I was in Otsuna village.
They give you a really nice tutorial, but just so you get a day. So these are called offerings. They give you ammo and some health. These are drums. When you hit them, they give a burst of healing, then heal over time for a short time. You get also ping by aiming and clicking R3. It's a communicational thing. Every mission comprises of 3 acts. This is Act 1, you walk in here, get some dialogue, then Act 2. Game has a good aesthetic, in my opinion. The single player looks much better though, because, you know, it's not as evil.
Had been visited by death and destruction.
Now, is each chapter like a checkpoint, or...
Yeah, this is a checkpoint when we get here. But on Nightmare, a death is inextinguished, pretty much.
Leo's forces were well guarded.
I can stagger chain him because he's dual swords and I'm using stone stance. Oh fucking, I'm a samurai, bro. The fuck is that? Hey, what are you? I'm just gonna do that. Look at that heavenly slash. See, because his guard was down. Now if they get in here with this explosive blade, it's gonna have a lot of AoE stagger. Look at that. That's an Oni, by the way. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck me. Where's that archer? Oh, this is awful. Where is he? Fucking birds, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that. Jesus Christ, that's a purple Oni. That's like the worst thing in the game. I'm just gonna do that to Marco. Did they actually lose me? Are they? They did lose me. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Oh, fucking goddamn, bro. Where is he? The worst thing is that they teleport. I'm surprised they're not showing off for you right now. Bro. I'm just gonna tank through his shit. Fucking bitch. Ugh.
I thought I was dead.
Yeah, no class could just run into two purple Onis like that the way I did. Like, fucking only Samurai can do this cracked ass shit. Which is makes Samurai so good for one-on-one. Nobody has a one-on-one like Samurai. Who the fuck? Jesus Christ.
The others, they took them across the river. I heard the demons speak.
The ghosts could feel the eyes of a fiery spirit on them, taking aim from afar.
Okay, these things are fire spirits. They're basically like AoE snipers. They need to die in a hole. Show you the power of fucking explosive blades. Oh my god. Pain in the ass. What do you think of the gameplay so far, Duck Blaster?
I like it.
Tengu. them apart.
Oh, there's a bonus objective. I forgot to mention those. Bonus objectives give you a lot of extra shit. That's the bonus treasure. It'll spawn 4 Onis, typically. And then you get a guaranteed extra item when you beat the mission, but those require 2 players to open them. That is a 2-player specific objective. I know the aesthetic for the game is good. I think the aesthetic is what hooked a lot of people. The multiplayer has more of like this ethereal, otherworldly kind of look, with all these nasty corruption growing on the floor and shit. Oh, look at that. Fuck your fucking dog. Okay, so that enemy just poisoned me, and poison in this game, if you heal yourself, it gets rid of it. Oh, bitch. That lightning kind of fucked me up. I don't know if you saw that lightning. The fuck? Is that a fucking ghost? Yeah, it was. I can't see shit in here. Oh, that's a fucking... Is that a Oni? No, it's not. It's just a fat fuck. Alright, get up. Get out. Jesus.
The ghost traveled toward the mountains.
Alright, this is gonna be up. If I could beat this, I'd be surprised. So, in between the second and the third act on silver, gold, and nightmare difficulty, there is this, which is called as Gyozen's Curse. There are 2, and both players have to agree. One that tethers players, they have to stay within a certain range of each other. Or one that reduces their maximum health by 25%. It's tied to the mission. This mission requires you to be tethered. Hunters are the worst for the tether missions because hunters want to stay very far, assassins and samurai want to stay close.
Searching for the source of the Dangu.
Oh, what the fuck? Where did you come from? Fucking ghost. Do it again. Oh my god, I couldn't see that one. Oh, dude, stop doing that one. Oh, I can heavily slash you. Is there more? Oh my god, there's more. I hear him. Dude, fucking ghost, man. What the fuck? Where is he? I don't... That is ridiculous how... fuck it, I'm a samurai, I'm a big boy, I can do this. This is free resolve. Oh fuck, that's bad. Okay. And there we go. Oh, is there more? Okay, now the camera went back to normal. So the other bonus objective that you can do in missions, besides the curse and the chest, are these little collectible scrolls that give you extra honor.
I often forget the things I've read.
Sometimes they're really hard to find. You could always check your objective by swiping up on the touchpad. There's no bonus objective, that means you're good. This is gonna be awful though from here on out. What is this thing? What are you? Oh, you're a big boy. That's awful. What is that? Oh, it's a little guy. Okay, well that's easy. Bye, bitch. The fuck? What is that? Oh, Jesus Christ, the auto aim saved my life there. Fuck my life. Alright, so we're gonna do the genius strat. Waiting for our class ability, because right here is the end of the mission. And this shit is hard as fuck.
Tango defeated.
So if you want to know what's in here,
And the ghost
in this small ass area,
before Kojiro.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what'd be really nice here? Some caltrops, you know. But I'm running some kunai, because I'm an idiot samurai. What the fuck? What the fuck? No! Oh, I missed my opening. I don't even... Oh, what do I do here? Bonus damage is bonus damage, here we go. Holy fuck! The fuck happened to my fucking health? What are you? Okay, 2 guys with swords. That's pretty free. Oh, these fucking Onis are gonna be the bane of my existence, man. No, no, stop that. Oh, this is so bad. I don't know where the fucking other ghost guy is. Nah, he's right there, I see him. Oh, you fucking bitch. Alright, that's one of them. We got 4 left. Fuck are they? Okay, that one's free. Bait him. You wanna hit me with that shit? What are you? The fucker. Nope. You hear that shit coming a mile away. Give me that resolve. Hit him with that. Hit him with one of these. Oh fuck. Okay, here we go. This is the last part now. I think it's I think I killed 3. Oh fuck me. Yo, fucking bitches, bro. See, I could fight one on one, but fucking 2 of these guys, fucking look how they run, dude. What is this? Dude, how about you suck my dick? You gonna start teleporting all over the place? That's great. Okay. That's awful. There we go. Look at that heavenly slash damage, bro. That's what I want to see. Oh, fuck my life.
Io could no longer control the Tengu. He was unable
That was awful, Duck. That was legit awful.
but the crows of Utsina
I'm not as good
only
as you think I am. Anyways, what'd you think of what you saw? This was Nightmare.
Looks like fun. Do you think you were gonna do that?
No, honestly, no. I didn't think I was gonna be able to pull that shit off because of that end room. But I'll tell you, man, fucking yeah. Look how much honor you get for running a solo Nightmare. Like, that's ridiculous. I still don't have enough to re-roll a piece of armor or reforge it to 106 now. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that.
many
I don't think Samurai can pull shit off like that. Samurai and Assassin. So I didn't tell you, but Assassins have a broken thing called Hallucinate, which makes enemies attack each other, and no enemy is immune to it. So imagine one of those purple enemies just get hallucinated and they're attacking everything, including each other, and they're taking damage from everything. There we go, now it's 108. But I lost my versatility. And also, when you reroll a thing, you can choose whether to keep the current existing one or the one that you rerolled for. So I'll keep existing.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I want versatile. It's legit a 50-50. Come on. Okay, now this is... It's usually not like this. This is a bit extra. Wow. Alright, yeah, they really wanted you to know. Okay, maybe I should just fucking change that one. I don't know if that even does anything. Really, nigga? Holy shit. That was ridiculous. Well, there goes all my fucking blessings too. Honestly, I shouldn't have done that because I'm rerolling it 2 more times before I start worrying about it. Longbows only drop when you're playing Hunter. Blow darts only drop when you play Assassin. Bomb pouches only play when you play as Ronin. The same can be said for all the classes' respective charms. But technically speaking, the exotic, since a samurai doesn't have any, like a, you know, bow, blow dart, or a bomb pouch, like the exotic katanas, technically speaking, have a higher chance to drop on samurai, if you understand like what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there you go. That is Duck Blaster 99's Ghost of Tsushima tutorial for relevant information. Oh, also some cool stuff. Here, I guess I might as well show you some cosmetics.
And I'll tell it.
Here's some Kratos stuff. And then boom, Kratos. All cosmetics in this game are earnable, except one. Digital Deluxe. You know what I mean, bro? But then everything else is earnable. And it tells you how to earn it right there on the screen. There's no hidden bullshit. Yeah, I guess I'll give you like some sort of like aesthetic preview. You got the Kamakuras. You have these crazy ass ones. Ashen is pretty unique. You got the Ginkgos. You got the Oni helmets. You got the Sika helmets. Then you got the Crescent. But yeah. That's the majority of samurai type. But samurai stuff, I don't know if you noticed, but it looks amazing. At least in my opinion. You can get some really nice looking stuff on a samurai. Like very few things beat samurai. In my opinion, what do you call it? The best looking class is assassin. Then second is definitely samurai. But I don't know. I'm accused of being you know, not partial, biased. I'm an idiot. Also, there's a shit ton of masks, different colors. You got some that are cracked. You got different bandanas you can wear. You know, different kind of mustaches, teeth patterns. Some don't even have teeth if you don't like them. You want the OG ones. You got weird ones. This is Cole's favorite. You know, you got the furry one. Got a weird fox one. And the fun thing is that, see how it says unlocked Jin's journey? This means you have to find it in the single player to unlock it. So the single player doesn't do anything for you in the multiplayer besides unlocking cosmetics. You got sword kits, which is basically just your sword on the side. You know, like all that jazz. You also have emotes. It's my favorite right there. You know, I just do that every time James talks. It's pretty great. Got the monkey. Cole's favorite. You know, all that kind of stuff. You also got sword effects. I don't know if you noticed my sword making feathers and shit, or these. None. Yeah, you'll leave trails of this stuff when you use your sword. How's that one? Ash. That one sprays blood everywhere. It's kind of ridiculous. You got smoldering cinders, blue cinders, golden cinders. Then you can get ink. I don't know what you're into, but yeah. More you know. But that's it. Social screen. Invite. Mute. Profile. See. And yeah. You could always check defeats for each class. Every class has their own little challenges that unlock stuff. And you could always like look at all of them. And etc. They have unique challenges like kill 3 Onis with 1 super. Get 5 perfect parry kills without taking damage. Because, you know, samurais are hard. Meanwhile, Hunter is, look at this, kill an enemy by making them fall off. Get 5 headshots without missing. Like, what? Her super alone, fucking, look at this shit. Her super alone is a guaranteed 5 headshot. Like, what? Like, why is that a triumph if your ult's a guaranteed headshot? 5 headshot. Like, what the fuck? Ridiculous. But yeah. Everybody respects Samurai, because a good Samurai is hard to find. That's why when I play Samurai, bro, people shit themselves, bro. They can't believe the shit that I do. Like, you just saw me tank through those fucking purple Onis like it was nothing. I was full health that whole time.
Yep.
But you gotta be careful with Samurai. Because when you go down, your team all of a sudden lost the guy that takes all the aggro and excels at attacking. So when you go down, them getting you up is like really important. You're not one of those characters. You're not a hunter. You're not Rems. We can't just leave you on the ground. Like, we need you. But yeah. Yeah, any questions, man? You curious about anything? Any build ideas you came up with while watching me play or anything like that?
I don't know. I'm gonna need to play and get a feel for it, and then I'm sure I'll have a lot of build questions.
Oh, okay. Just make sure you ask me. Because everybody else is gonna give you some fucked up shit.
No, I'm gonna ask the twins because I'm sure they know what they're talking about.
Just make sure. You know, you should hit the, because you know you're gonna ask me the question, then James is gonna be like, "Oh yeah, so Doug, what you're gonna do is this." Just be like, "I didn't ask you, James." Just hit him with one of those. That'd be premium. You know, just hit him with that. Because the thing is, they're gonna start answering me for you, because it's like when I ask you a question, everybody answers for you. You know what I mean? They're gonna do the same thing the other way around. They always do. This is what you missed, this glorious shit. Every time Rems asked me a question, everybody answered Rems for me. I never got a chance to like tell you about that shit, bro. Like, but it sucks being you.
I don't know. We need to come up with a way to shut Ren's up.
Yeah, I don't know. Doc, I have a question. What's
Every time I log on to the game.
What's that thing's name? Elmer Fudd? What is Elmer Fudd? I don't know why that name came up into my head when I did the thing. Who's Elmer Fudd? Is that the fucking rabbit hunter?
Hunting rabbits.
Is that him?
Yep.
Elmer Fudd. I can't believe I forgot this guy's fucking name.
Thinking of like Porky Pig.
No. There was another guy that went like he smacked his lips a lot when like oh. What the fuck that was? Be very quiet. Aw, Duck, if you're anybody from the fucking Looney Tunes cast, you're Foghorn Leghorn, bro. You know the fucking chicken? Or the rooster, I mean. You know who I'm talking about? Yeah. James, I think James and me personality best fits like Willy Coyote and Roadrunner. I feel like James is Roadrunner.
Yeah.
And I'm the Willy Coyote, bro. But I'm just trying to vibe, and he keeps harshing my mellow. We got. See, I feel like Cole is Porky Pig. I feel like Cole is 100% Porky Pig.
Is it the depression?
I think it's the depression. And Sam would be like Marvin the Martian. You know. Then you got fucking you got fucking what would Nurses be? I honestly want to say Nurse would be Yosemite Sam. And then Rams would be Pepe Le Pew, bro. That'd be perfect. I think that's the lineup, bro. Fucking coolest Porky Pig though is fucking perfect, bro. I swear to God. It's like the best one.
Well, thank you for the extensive tutorial, and I think I'm gonna go to bed and let the game download.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I don't know if you like wanted this much explanation or not. But
No, it's interesting. It's all gonna come together once I start playing. I'm like, oh, this is exactly what Cody was talking about.
yeah. I mean, how much stuff did you already get? Like instantly. Like
I
what
mean,
did
I
you
hear you guys talking about it a lot, so like a lot of the more generalized stuff, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I've heard you guys talking about this.
like what clicked the second you watched the stream compared to before, I mean.
I don't know, the gameplay, just watching the gameplay made a lot more sense because like I've never actually watched the gameplay, so I didn't know
Mhm.
what to expect. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Get your hits in, get out, do some damage, get out.
In an ideal situation, I didn't have to like play like a bitch there, but because I was completely out of resolve and I can't see the ghost enemies because there's no spirit lantern, it's kind of sucky. Some caltrops also. I don't know if you realize a good anti-ghost strat yet. Caltrops are so good for ghosts because they tick the ghost health constantly, which makes them visible. Also, fire is amazing against ghosts because that like leaves them visible for a duration. But yeah.
Uh,
Alright.
okay, well,
Yeah.
thank you again.
Yeah, no
I'm
problem,
gonna
bud.
go to bed, and I'm sure I'll be in off.
Yeah, you got it, man. I'll go into offline mode. I'll join you in our own little secret party. The step parents. We'll name it the step parents. You know, just to piss James off. Take a screenshot and send it directly to James, but then I'll send it on Instagram mode, but like in Vanish, so he can say he saw it, but nobody would believe him.